Milky Doughnut is the yummiest pastry in town, and I'm excited to take you through the journey of how to make this Milky Doughnut at the comfort of your home. Welcome to my channel. This is Oma Cakes and Food, and in this channel we show you everything that have to do with cakes and food. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe, like and comment. Subscription is free. Turn on the notification bell so that you'll be among the first to be notified when I post amazing content. So today I'll be teaching you how to make the most fluffiest, creamiest and delicious donut you've ever tasted. So to begin with making a donut, we'll be measuring out our flour. So in order to achieve a perfect and fluffiest and consistent recipe of your donut, you need to learn how to make use of the measurement scale. So I'll make sure I achieve a 500 gram of flour. Now look at this. This is above 500 gram. I'll have to reduce some portion of this flour in order to arrive at 500 grams. After that, I have to proceed in sieving out my flour. This is very important part. If you want to achieve a perfect recipe or a perfect outcome, always remember to sieve out your flour. After measuring out and sieving your flour, you have to proceed with measuring out your sugar. I'll be making use of 130 gram of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of yeast, add a pinch of salt, and then I have to measure out my butter. Remember I told you can't just put things into your mixing bowl and then want it to be right or to be appropriate. No. So I'll be measuring out 60 gram of my margarine. I am making use of margarine. So add everything into that same bowl. I've added my sugar, flour, yeast and salt. So at this point you can mix up everything to form a breadcrumb then before adding your liquid. But for me, I just add in my 1 egg to my mixture, then pour in 1 cup of warm water to my mixing bowl. Remember I said this is going to be a warm water, not hot, neither cold. So pour in warm water and mix everything. Fold gently with your hand. At this point, you can decide to make use of your cake mixer to mix your dough. I have my reason for not making use of my cake mixer to mix this, because some people will come under the comment section to ask, can I make use of my hand if I don't have a cake mixer? And you see someone else will say, if I don't have a cake mixer, can I be able to achieve this? Yes, darling, you can. So, darling, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Like I always say, subscription is free. Turn on the notification bell so that you'll be getting an alert when I post a new video. Continue to knead your dough to up to 40 or 45 minutes. As you're kneading your dough and you see that the dough is becoming sticky to your hand, what you have to do is to apply some vegetable or any kind of oil you have around you on the surface of your working table. So apply the oil to the table and you continue to knead. Knead it until you test it. Stretch out your dough and see if it is stretchy. At this point, my own is not stretchy. You can see that it's tearing up. So this is one thing people who are stretching or kneading their dough manually don't observe. Look at this. So this dough is not ready. I have to continue to knead this until the dough is almost elastic when I try to stretch it out. So if you have a cake mixer, you can use your dough hook to achieve this easily. But if you don't, try to make out your time to achieve this elastic texture before you continue to the next stage. So we need to proceed to cut our dough to weigh it out. The reason why we need to weigh this out is so that all our dough will be the same size. Then after making your donut, you have different size, big, small, and that doesn't look fine. So guys, this is dough, not batter, okay? This is dough. That is why you hear me saying dough. If it is for cake, you will not say your batter. But this is dough. Dough is for donuts. So I'm measuring out my dough to 90 grams. You can measure your own to be 80 grams, depending on the size or the outcome of what you want to achieve. So I'm trying to measure out everything so that all my dough will come out being equal. I'll proceed to fold this dough and mold it to be in a round shape that the donuts usually look like. So this is a very important part. You need to be very careful with this. And if your hand is sticky, always remember to apply oil to your hand while you proceed to your molding. So now look at this. I try to close up all the opening of this dough. Try your best to squeeze it out or fold it in. But then the next thing you can do is to also apply oil on your table and then roll it around on the table like a tennis ball so that you can get a smooth and a clear surface or texture. You see that hole is still appearing. Just make sure, because when you fry this and you don't make it to be smooth, it will definitely show in your dough after frying it. Just give this your time to be sure that your dough is smooth. You can as well use a donut cutter to cut out this donut. But for our trendy, milky, delicious and super creamy milky donut, we'll be making use of this method to achieve this. Now, place your donut on a parchment paper. What I'm using to do this is a parchment paper. Okay, let me show you what the parchment paper looks like. You can as well call this baking paper. So what you just have to do is to cut this into different size. That's the size of what you want to use it for. So that's why I had to cut it in this form. So let's just take a close look of how to mold and fold these donuts. Just fold everything in and make sure you close up all opening around your dough. Try and close it up. And sometimes if you feel you're not comfortable, you can't do this method, you can just place it on the table and roll it like a ball. Then you proceed to place it on your parchment paper. Apply some flour on your parchment paper so that when you're trying to fry, it can easily come out without sticking on the parchment paper. So you have to repeat this process for all your donuts. Always do your frying at the lowest heat. Sometimes when you're frying, you can decide to turn off your light so that the heat will not be too much, and then later you can turn it on again. So that is how I've been doing to achieve a fine and beautiful looking donut. So at this point, I just turned off my light because the oil is almost getting too hot, and it's not good for you to use this kind of hot oil to fry your donut. If not, your donut will be fried outside, but then the inside is still very wet and not fried inside. So guys, if you're watching up to this time and you haven't subscribed, please do also subscribe. Comment whatever question you have to ask me under the comment section. I'll be waiting for you there. So the next thing I'll be doing is to apply some milk on our donut, because what we are making is this super creamy, super delicious donut. Do you know I'm happy this way? Because I'm going to eat all this. Like, I love Milky Doughnut. So before now, I used to like my donut this way before the milky filling started draining and trending. So let's proceed to do our milky filling to our donut. You can see how inviting our donut is looking like. I know you want some, right? Tell me you want some, but then you have to make your own yourself at the comfort of your home. So the next thing we'll proceed to is pouring out our milk to use our milk make our milk filling. So with the remaining milk powder we use in rubbing on our donuts, we just pour it into a plate, then scoop in more milk to the plate so that we can add our condensed milk. Yes, I am using a condensed milk. I'm making use of a powdered milk and a condensed milk. Now look at the process. So after adding your condensed milk, you have to continue to stir your mixture. Now at this point, you can see that it's still thick. So I had to add few drops of milk to it, then for it to just give me that creamy texture. But you have to be careful at this point not to over pour in your liquid milk to it. This is so that your milk filling will be thick and not runny. Please, I won't advise you to use a whipped cream for this, because sometimes when the whipped cream is no longer cold, this is why donut filling you see get to be runny, very much runny. So this is the best process you have to use. Use your milk, your condensed milk, your powdered milk, and then add a drop of liquid milk to it, depending on how thick you want your milk filling to be. You will need to poke all your donuts to be able to have a hole where you can add your milk filling to your donuts. So guys, as you can see, our Milky Doughnut is ready for consumption. So if you have any challenge while making your donut, please kindly let me know at the comment section, because I'll be waiting for you there to attend to any of your questions. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Bye.